As part of the 8th anniversary, we are getting a Moonlight 5-star hero selector for Natalon Academy units. Last year we had one for boss units, but change up the unit pool. You don't want to give everybody just only boss units. So this is really, really nice because there were a lot of really strong units from the Natalon Academy Moonlight Theater universe. For people wanting a full ML5 selector, don't worry about it because we always have a headhunt event later in the year. And that's literally just an ML5 selector, but with like some hoops to jump through. I think they don't want people like just re-rolling accounts and stuff, or maybe not re-rolling, but maybe re-rolling. But I think selling is the bigger thing. Anyways, let's take a look at who's available and what you should select. Here are the 7 ML5s from the Natalon Academy universe. The other like Natalon Academy that's not included is like, what's her name? Swift Flagbearer Sigrid, and then you kid added. But they're like, anyways, the ML5s, we have School Nurse Yoha, Boss Arunka, Disciplinary Prefect Aria, Professor Teo, Lone Wolf Peira, Hellion Lua, and Bystander Hua Young. Let's take a look. School Nurse Yoha is the topic. If you don't have her, take her. I don't think it, like, nothing else matters. If you don't have her, take her, because she is an amazing unit for RTA, but also an amazing unit for Guild War. In Guild War, she synergizes with notably Genesis Ross. If you're a new player, you're going to benefit so much from the ability to say, okay, Yoha, Ross, Yoha S3, Ross press S3, one-shot the entire enemy team, and you're done. Like, your third slot for that can be any sort of utility, really. Like, if you need Extinction, maybe you find yourself doing something like this. Nurse, Ross, Angelica. Angelica S2 gives Extinction, Ross S3, boom, just one-shot everything. He can also tank RNL because he's light, right? He's light. He won't get death broken or feared or anything, and he can face tank RNL pretty decently. And sometimes, like, maybe you just need to, like, just have him tank, maybe like Summer Fumir or something, or somebody else tank Summer Fumir. You just, like, put a sacrificial unit in the front or something. And this combo kills so many Guild War defenses, especially at lower elos. Insanely strong combo. I think sometimes you might end up, like, facing defenses where you, on lower level Guild War, you might face defense where you do it like this. So like Muna seals everybody, and then you just one-shot them. You get the idea. Besides Genesis Ross, she also synergizes with like other stuff. Dark Corvus kind of already kills everything that he looks at, but like, this is a decent combo, especially because like she does other stuff for him, like she pushes him up, she can cleanse the fear and stuff, but it's a little bit overkill seeing how much damage that does. In RTA, you'll see this combo a lot, right? Nurse, Aria, they just synergize really well together. She's also pretty feature-proof. I think her superhuman buff, doubling the HP, is just something that is going to work with like really any HP scaler. Because even for ones, because her S3 does more than just double your HP for like people who want to do damage. It's really good like tool just in the sense that it heals, full heals, it CR pushes, and like it doubles their speed too. So even something like this, while like Boss Runka is like a defense scaler, it just makes her hard to kill again. Like you put a bunch of damage into the Boss Runka, Nurse just pushes her up, and you have to kill her again. Plus she has double her HP, and she can loop back around and use her S3 again if you stripped it off or whatever. Insanely strong unit. That plus she has her S2 passive, cleanse 1 debuff at the start of turn plus a small heal, lets you shrug off small amounts of debuffs. So yeah, take her if you don't have her. Next up is Boss Arunka. Boss Arunka, really good in RTA still, even with all the counters that they've released to her. And she does have a good bit of Guild War usage, just like not nearly as much as Nurse Yoha. Because they've tried to do things, like Summer Fumir literally deletes her from the game. There's a bunch of ways to one-shot her and stuff, but no matter what happens, she's drawing a lot of aggro. Like, she is just the unit that the opponent is forced to deal with no matter what, because they cannot target anybody until she dies. So still an insanely strong defensive unit. Like, right now she's being built as a full tank pretty much on protection set, plus Crown of Glory, because they have to use AoEs, right? So Crown of Glory ends up being really strong. And before she was built with POV, it swapped with Crown of Glory more recently. She has her, like, you know, actual, like, defense counter build for Guild War and stuff on the MOAS or Rocket Punch Gauntlet for a more DPS-oriented build. Insanely good unit. She is notably in the coin shop for not much longer, but at the time this releases, she will be in coin shop. So you could consider picking her up from there. For the coin shop, Disciplinary Prefect Aria should be the next unit in Coin Shop. Like, the current rotation that we like see upcoming is not happening. Or she's not in there. But the one after or the one after that, depending how long they want to stall it, she should be in there. Nurse is much further down the line. She's like 5 or 6 units in the future. That is going to be at least half a year. So don't count on Nurse hitting Coin Shop anytime soon. And we have a literal Selector anyway, so just take your Nurse. Anyways, Bosrunka, still a really, really good unit. I think definitely worth the pickup. Disciplinary Prefect Aria, she's more of an RTA unit. She really only gets used in RTA, but she's a really good bruiser. She gives everybody a bit of F-res, can be very nice in some team setups, and she herself is pretty resistant to debuffs. She has like really good damage too. There's a lot of people who just do like Nurse plus Aria. You can Soulburn her S3 for the extra damage, and then the cooldown reduction to cycle it faster. And she's an auto crit unit too, which is really, really nice. The only thing for her is that she's like kind of RTA only, but she is insanely strong. This is also her S2 passive makes it so that it doubles the enemy Soulburn costs, which can be really annoying in certain setups, especially if it's like they have like a single book or something and they need the Soulburn. You can just say, no, we are not doing that today. So, pretty good pickup, especially if you're an RTA-focused player. Next up is Successor Teo. So, Successor Teo is arguably up here. It really depends on your priorities, I think, because he's used in much more game modes than Aria. You can use them in like Guild War, you can use them in Arena, you can use them in RTA, just not really to any sort of like amazing effect, I think, because I personally have not used my Teo in like ages. He's a really good pair for Zeo Cleave, but like mostly I'm just doing Zeo Harsetti Ludwig these days for both Arena and Guild War. He is still, like, of course, a really good pair with Zeo. Like, I would expect that, like, in the future, we're probably going to see team comps where he pairs up really well. And I know that he can be used against a lot of the defenses in Arena. It's just, I think there's, like, other ways to deal with them. Because his S3 Soulburn, like, ignore F-res, AoE Death Break plus Strip into his S1 just instantly kill somebody is insanely strong. I think he's a really good pickup, especially if you're a cleaver. Or if you like don't play RTA at all, I would consider picking up like Teo over Aria, because you might find some use for him in Guild War and Arena. Down here, we have like the kind of whatever units. Pera, she's just really power crept as an opener. Same thing with Hellion Lua. The order for these does not matter, by the way. Like, they're all kind of here in like the don't tier. Hellion Lua, opener with like her provoke thing, but there's too many ways to cleanse it off, I think. I think there's way too many better openers, and the Bystander Hua Young is like... She's an anti-debuff unit, but even some of the debuff units can kill her these days. Like, debuff units have a decent bit of damage. Like, Ob has her, like, Team Cascade. It's really hard to put yourself in a situation these days where you literally drafted so little damage that a Bystander Hua Young can solo you. And then besides that, she doesn't really do anything. Like, her damage is relatively easy to deal with, I think. So, yeah, that's it for the add-on. ML5 Selector, it's just take your Nurse.